Normally we just dive right into breaking down a complex topic, but today we're doing something a little different. We're going to pull back the curtain and show you the rigorous methodology, the core philosophy that guides every single explainer we create. This is our blueprint. Okay, so let's get into it. At the absolute heart of our approach is a persona we call the wise mentor. Think of it as a lens. Every word we choose, every slide we design, is filtered through this identity. It's about being authoritative, kind of like a trusted professor, but also benevolent and empathetic. We're here to guide you through the material, not just lecture at you. The whole goal is a voice that feels confident and calm. So, what's our ultimate purpose here? Well, it's not just to list a bunch of facts. Our fundamental goal is to ignite intellectual curiosity. We want to make complex knowledge not only accessible, but genuinely fascinating, without ever watering down the academic depth. The hope is that you leave not just informed, but truly inspired to learn more. To show you exactly how we do that, here's our plan for this session. We'll walk through our fundamental directive, then the narrative architecture, our principles of content, the art of the script, and finally our audiovisual identity. And providing this content map right at the start, that's actually one of our own unbreakable rules. It ensures you always know the path we're taking together. So let's begin with Section 1, our fundamental directive. This is really the why behind every single thing we do. The core ideas we just talked about, that wise mentor persona and our goal of sparking curiosity, they form the foundation that everything else is built on. Now let's see how we build on that foundation. This brings us to Section 2, the narrative architecture. This is all about creating a reliable structure for understanding. We follow a set of non-negotiable rules for how we organize every single presentation. It's like an architectural blueprint for clarity. Our structure really rests on 4 essential pillars. First, we always get straight to the point and cite our source material right away. Second, as you just saw, we provide an unbreakable content map. Third, that map acts as a visual roadmap for you, the audience. And fourth, we always finish with a solid, synthesizing conclusion to lock in the key takeaways. We never, ever want you to feel lost when we're tackling a complex topic. So we're constantly asking ourselves a guiding question, and I'll pose it to you right now. How do we ensure you never get lost in the complexity? Well, the answer is simple, and in fact, we're demonstrating it as we speak. We do it by faithfully following the map we showed you right at the beginning. That agenda slide isn't just a courtesy. It's our promise to you that there is a clear, logical path from start to finish. With that structure firmly in place, let's talk about the substance. This is Section 3, our principles of content. This covers the intellectual rigor we apply when we handle source material, making sure everything we present is accurate, thorough, and objective. We hold ourselves to 4 core commitments when it comes to content. First, depth and completeness are always the priority, not speed. Second, we explain. We don't just cite. If a complex term comes up, we define it. Third, we maintain strict academic objectivity. And finally, if we add any enriching information, it only happens after a rigorous 2-step verification against the source. This quote really captures our whole philosophy on content. We truly believe that maximum clarity is more important than maximum brevity. Sure, we always aim to be concise, but we will never, ever sacrifice your understanding just to finish a few seconds earlier. Clarity is and always will be our primary goal. So how does this all come together in the narration you actually hear? Let's move on to Section 4, the art of the script. This is where we transform that structured, verified content into the polished, consistent voice of the wise mentor. What you're seeing now is a real peek behind the curtain. This is our precise internal 4-step process for every single slide we produce. We start with a clear title. Then, we write a detailed visual description. After that, we draft the full text for the speaker. And finally, we add director's notes for things like tone, pacing, and emphasis. It's a meticulous process, but it's how we ensure quality. To maintain that wise mentor persona, we follow some very strict rules of language. The tone must always be warm, calm, and confident. The language has to be clear, precise, and structured. We absolutely forbid using technical jargon without an explanation, tired cliches, or filler words. And when we use analogies, they have to be intelligent and genuinely make things clearer. This brings us to the final layer of our process, Section 5, our audiovisual identity. This is our strict style guide, and it's designed to create a consistent, professional, and completely distraction-free learning experience for you. our design philosophy is really built around one thing: focus. So on the left, you see what we forbid. Things like distracting stock photos, strange humanoid animations, jarring sound effects, and any kind of visual clutter. And on the right, you see what we approve of: clean, flat design or line arts, a limited academic color palette, unobtrusive background music, and above all else, clarity. This table basically codifies our entire audiovisual identity. The voice is specified as benevolent and calm to embody the wise mentor. The music is unobtrusive to help you focus on the content. The graphics are simple and clean to ensure visual consistency. And the background is standardized to avoid distraction. Every single choice has a clear reason behind it. And that reason is always to help you understand. Ultimately, our blueprint isn't just some internal process document. It is a commitment. It's our commitment to clarity in our explanations, to depth in our content, and most importantly, it's a commitment to respecting your time and your intellect. We've just shown you our framework for making knowledge accessible, so we'll leave you with a final thought, the kind of question a wise mentor would ask. We all know that knowledge is power. The real question is, how will you make it accessible?